Mr. Speaker, something that normal people have difficulty stomaching right now is how much pain and suffering that we're living through and whether or not this is intentional. Can you help build out how the big government socialists see all this as transitory? Not that inflation is necessarily transitory, but the pain and the suffering will lead us through a synthesis towards some form of utopia. Can you talk about how dangerous that is and how we're actually living through the intentional combination of the destruction of Western society to bring us towards some undefined academic experiment?
Well, look, I think it's pretty clear that, and they say this, if they have to punish you into leaving traditional cars, they will. Washington, D.C. just adopted a provision against using natural gas. Now, this is both environmentally insane and it's financially insane, and it's going to particularly hit the poor. The Northeastern Compact on the environment has basically cut out all of the new pipelines, which means that heating oil in New Hampshire and in Maine is going to be much more expensive this fall. Well, if you're in a relatively poor state like Maine, having a dramatically more expensive heating oil is a huge burden on the working families and the retired families in the state of Maine. But it doesn't matter to these people. They don't care how much pain they cause. They are in the business of imposing on the rest of us the values that will make us better if only we do what they tell us. And I think you have to see it that way. That's exactly they're very clear about it. And then, of course, when you catch them in public and the pain level gets high enough and they start thinking about the election, then all of a sudden, you have Biden running off to Saudi Arabia. But notice, he could have, just dropped into Texas. He could have visited Western Pennsylvania. He could have gone to North Dakota.
That's exactly right.
But that would have required being pro-American. And one of the key ground rules for these people is you're not allowed to be pro-American.
Yeah, he could have visited the Balkan or the Marcellus or the Permian Basin, but Riyadh just seemed to be a nicer flight or something.